Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about favoritism and nepotism. And it's something that I see in the social media and in the news a lot, where people keep saying, oh, government is giving contracts to their friends. Oh, that person was hired because they knew someone in the company. Oh, that person got the job because they have a connection. The point is, this is normal. This is how the world works. Simple examples of this is if you're getting, your tap repaired, you need a plumber. What most of us would do is call our friends and say, oh, do you know a plumber that we could use? You'd ask your neighbors to say, oh, and then you ask them, have you used them? What do you think of their work? Because you get a reference from a real individual. And that's how we know that, okay, if something goes wrong, we have some fallback. We have a few customers. You want a cleaner. You ask your friends, oh, can anyone recommend a cleaner? Because you want someone who's trustworthy, who other people have used. You know you're letting them into your house. So why is it any different that when you're hiring someone to work in your company, you would say, no, I'm going to put this neutrally, equally out there. I'm not going to look at any references or recommendations because I am one of those idiots who thinks I will risk it on someone that I know nothing about. 10 people come to your office for an interview. You have 10 CVs. 2 of them you know through someone. So you know that they have been recommended by someone, which means that someone's reputation is on the line. So if I hire someone who my friend has said, oh, he's a good guy, and I hire that person and he's a crap employee, I will go to my friend and say, what the hell? You recommended this person, he's crap. But there's a good chance that that person will be reasonably good, and then I have less risk of having to get rid of a person, fire them, or give them a warning, or all the issues that are related to hiring someone off the street. So if you hire someone completely randomly, then you have a risk because they might have just lied on their CV and everything could be bullshit. And you end up having someone that now you have to fire or have to, discipline or take an action against them. And that's why favoritism and nepotism that they say is not really favoritism. It's not like you look at a CV and say, these 5 people have PhDs and this person only has a bachelor's degree, but he's my friend's friend, therefore I'm going to hire him. It doesn't work like that because most businesses, most companies want someone who can do a good job. Because if I hire someone that is crap, it puts additional pressure on me, my team, it makes me look bad, and the work overall doesn't get done. Plus, I have to answer to my superiors. So if I hire someone that is just a favor and not a real suitable employee, I'm putting my own neck on the line. No one does that. So this whole concept and this idea is utter bullshit created by losers who just want an excuse to say, I didn't get this job because they had a favorite. Well, they had a reference. They had some point of contact where they could go back to and complain. So I have hired, hundreds of people in my life. Normally when I'm working for a client, I look at 30 to 50 CVs, hire between 10 and 20, 30 people in a period of 12 months. Usually there's a lot of change and churn and organizational restructuring. So I'm doing this all the time. And it's never ever been the case. And people say, oh, you're just an exception. No, I work with tons and tons of people in large corporations. No one puts their own neck on the line and hires some crappy employee because at the end of the day, it will look bad because everyone has a boss. Even the CEO has a board to report to. So if they hire someone who's incapable, it just makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. So, and then the same thing with the government. These days they're saying, oh, the government has given all these contracts to their friends. First of all, there is a process involved in this. And obviously, if my friend has a workshop and my car is broken down, I will take it to my friend's workshop. I'm not going to just randomly go to some God knows who and expect them to do the same job, because if they do a crap job, I have nothing to go back to. I have to hire lawyers and do a lot of other issues and deal with crap. So it's better to deal with someone you know. As the saying goes, better the devil you know. And I personally don't have anything against it, because we all do it at our own levels. But when it goes to another level, a senior level, we suddenly want the government and all these controlling bodies to somehow become absolutely neutral. So if they put out a tender and they say we're going to be completely neutral and we're going to hire this firm, that firm has no references, they've never dealt with them before, the firm collapses or provides really bad service, the government is going to be held accountable by the same people who are moaning that you gave it to one of your friends. At least they know that this is one of our friends. If that person doesn't do a good job, then we have some accountability there. We will not, we'll have a bad relationship for our friendship. We will not give them future contracts, and it will be bad for my political position. There is a huge risk involved in this. It's the same thing like in an organization. If you hire an incompetent employee, you have to answer to your boss. So if you hire a bad firm to do the job, you have to answer to the masses, to your voters. So it's not that simple, but the masses are just dumb and they just want to blame the government for everything that happens to them. They want to be saved because they're little babies and they just want someone to take away their problems, and they have no responsibility to do anything in their life. Here's a little one about nepotism and favoritism. Until the next one.